weight gain was from not eating well because of this cost of living and my paycheck per fortnight. I just instantly thought of the game. It's not covering like it once was, and yeah, as you get older, your metabolism slows down. Yeah, I learned that because, well, you know, I've been skinny my whole life, so when I ended up gaining some weight, I had to do some research. I've never had that problem before, so. But I have to be careful. I'm fucking short. So I've got the fact that I'm over 40 now, so my metabolism is starting to deteriorate a little bit from its perfect state. So let that be a warning to you guys that if you think your metabolism is fucking awesome, yeah, I was that person as well. It deteriorates eventually. And then I'm short, which is like the worst part of all of it. Because it can really only go to one place when you're short. Yeah. And then, food-wise, I get, you know, I only eat once a day, but I'm on a budget too. I buy not great food. Like, I pretty much live off, you know, well, we call it KD over here as Canadians, but I live off, like, macaroni and cheese most nights. Yeah. Except for the one day a week I do something special for the cooking channel. Yeah. And speaking of, you know, weight loss and stuff, I have my little bottle. Do you have one of these, Staffo? Where, like, tells you to get your shit in gear if you're not drinking enough water? I like it. Motivates me. There's my rep. Nice. That was my final achievement I needed, so we are 100% done with achievements now. Nice. Yeah, this one is, what is it? It's, man, I need my flashlight. It's a little tough to... 32 ounce. Here's the... actually, you guys probably don't see that very well. I see it well with the flashlight, but you guys got the reflections and stuff, so you probably just blur to you guys. But it's 32 ounce. I have 2 water bottles. One I take to work, and then that one stays home. Although, I probably should be taking that one, right? Since, like, in summer, it don't matter because I drink water all the time. You know, at work, at home, like, it don't matter. But when the weather's nice, that really should be the work bottle, because by the time I get home, I'm not drinking water. Yeah. Usually on juice or whatever. Great job, guys. Solid teamwork. But yeah, that's the unfortunate part, is that, like, to eat healthy, you've got to be willing to put a bunch of money to food, you know? And I'm not one of those people. Like, no joke, because this'll probably sound unreal to you guys, but I spend like $50 a month on food. And it's because I eat once a day, right? And I eat the cheap shit. So, yeah, it's easy to spend $50 a month. I don't buy anything fancy, you know? Like, I'm not buying, like, I don't buy beef jerky or anything, right? Because, like, a lot of people buy that shit, but, like, over here, that shit's like $10 a bag, you know? And, I'm trying to think, what's the fanciest I get? Like, what would increase my grocery bill maybe once in a while? I guess, like, you know, sometimes I buy fruit for my smoothies, I guess. Fruit can be pricey, but, like, on average, Yeah. And you know how all that started? Because that's like that's not because I'm trying to lose weight or anything. I've just eaten once a day since I was 12. And the reason is because I was raised by a single dad who didn't make me lunch. And he would tell me to make my own lunch. And I was a 12-year-old kid. I was lazy. So I didn't make my lunch. And so I would just eat at dinner time when my dad and I would sit at the table. Yeah, and that's where it started. And then your body adapts to it. Eventually, you're just never hungry because your body is adapted to it. I used to spend 200 per fortnight just on meat, veggies, and fruit and other stuff that's needed. I once in a while will buy a steak, but like, you know, it's funny because I could afford to buy steaks more often if I wanted, but I consider steak like a specialty, you know, like anytime I have a steak dinner, I just consider it a treat to myself because most of the time I'm just like living off of mac and cheese or grilled cheese sandwiches or soup, you know? My friend always bugs me about it because like he thinks it's because it's like cheap, right? But it's because I actually like that food, right? It really has nothing to do with the fact that it's, you know, cheap. It's just food I like. But unfortunately, it's not very, yeah, not very healthy. It's not like there's way worse things out there, but yeah. I feel like everything I like is just like heavy in starch. You know, I love mashed potatoes and yeah, my grilled cheese, which would be bread. And then my best friend, he's like, you need to get more fiber in your diet because we have some pretty private talks, right? So one night we had a talk about taking a shit. Basically, it was a talk about how frequently we take a shit, and I told him that I hadn't taken one for a month, and and apparently that's bad. And I didn't know that. I didn't know that a month is bad to go that long. Yeah. Next. And that's because of the foods I eat, right? Like, I don't really eat anything that, like, brings that on. Yeah. Unless I find the only thing that really brings it on is like if I, you know, have fast food, but I've been staying away from fast food, you know, for quite a while now. So, yeah, my fiber intake is dead because of this money issue. If you don't shit, you die. And it's meant to be once per day. Well, I can't believe I'm living. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That's regular too. Like I will go months without taking a shit many times, and it's been going on for years. Yeah, yeah. A lot of the time, if I feel like it's time and we need to, of course, I'm trying to stay away from fast food right now. But a lot of the time, if it comes down to it, I just order McDonald's. McDonald's does it like that. Yeah. Because I don't typically have anything in the house that's like a lot of fiber. Although I did buy these oat things for my yogurt. So, just there's a slight dilemma. We're out of yogurt. So they're just sitting there looking pretty. But yeah. You have not eaten yogurt in years? My reflux hates it. I love yogurt. I could survive off yogurt. I don't know if that would be healthy, but like literally, I have survived off not super healthy things. Yeah. I remember when I was in college, and keep in mind this was a 2-year span, um, every night, no joke, every night was either craft dinner, which is macaroni and cheese for those that are not Canadian, which is most of you, and Mr. Noodles, which I don't know what the equivalent for you guys would be. I think Mr. Noodles is like worldwide. Yeah, I don't think that's a Canadian thing. But if it is, it's Ichiban? Is that what they call it? Ichiban? Well, weird name, Ichiban. I'm pretty sure that's what people call it. I just call it Mr. Noodles. But I drain all the water. You're supposed to eat it as soup. I have never had it as soup. I cook it with the water, and then I drain the water, and then I grab a frying pan. I throw an egg into the frying pan, throw the noodles into the frying pan, throw some hot sauce in the frying pan, mix it up, fry it up, and eat it. I have never eaten it like the way I won't say the way you're supposed to, because you eat it however the fuck you want to eat it, right? But typically it's soup. Yeah. Like if you get that thing in a cup, it's a cup of soup. 2-minute noodles and Japanese noodles. We have Japanese noodles too. If I remember right, they're pricey. Yeah. Yeah, they're kind of like the noodles that when you're making like some sort of noodle dish with, I don't know, steak in it or something. You use that. So what do you typically eat, or are you a little more variety than I am? I just assume people are like me and live off of 2 different types of food. There's this one meal that was pretty cheap, honestly. I did it as a cooking video, and my God, it was delicious and it was cheap, and I think I want to have it again. It was basically rice with pineapple chunks on it with fried. You could just use hot dogs. I remember I used like a jalapeno cheddar smoky or something in it in the video, I think. But you could use hot dogs. And then I just threw like some sweet and sour sauce on. Yeah, and that shit was delicious. I think if you end up going to the channel to look for it, I think it's called sweet and sour pineapple rice or something like that. But that shit was really good, and it costs next to nothing, because I always have rice in the house, because rice is kind of like my, I don't know what I want to cook, I'm gonna eat rice food. Yep. And I'm so plain with it too. I just put some margarine and pepper on it for the most part. Yeah. I'm very plain with rice.